I hate the intro.
You can do it.
We got 2 minutes. You rushing me. We got a minute. It's 8:59.
I got 9 o'clock over there.
I got 8:59. You got 9?
This computer needs to be reset. I got 9:01, Mom.
I'll go with you then.
You sure? You wanna?
I'll go.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me reset. 3, 2, and 1.
Hello, Fayetteville Lovies. It is Tiffany Haywood, aka the Mrs. T, live on air with you on WIDU. You can listen to us at WIDU 99.7 FM here in Fayetteville, WIDU 1600 AM in Fayetteville, WYDU 1160 AM in Red Springs, WAGR 1340 AM in Lumberton, and the We Will on 1460 AM Laurinburg, North Carolina. We are the We Do Radio Network. If you would like to give a chat with me today and talk about some things, including everything that's happening here in Fayetteville for Martin Luther King, please give me a call. It is 910-483-6111. Again, that's 910-483-6111. And if you would like to tune in online, you can look us up at WIDU1600.com, or you can follow my live stream, which is happening right now on Facebook at facebook.com/TheMrsTee. That's TheMrsTee. Now, if you guys have noticed, you did not hear Wade start off the show today, and that is because he is running a little bit late. But we are so still excited, I can speak, I promise, to chat with you today and just get things started as to what's going on here in Fayetteville. Now, as you know, Martin Luther King Day is this coming Monday, the 21st, and there are plenty of Martin Luther King events happening, so I'm going to start off with that, just so you guys can get those all set on your calendars and figure out what it is you want to do to celebrate Martin Luther King Day. The very first thing is happening today, January 19th, downtown Fayetteville, starting on Person Street and Hay Street, and it starts at 12 noon p.m. That is the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Parade. The price to attend is free. Feel free to walk around to see everything that the parade is going to have to offer, and then do a little bit of shopping while you're down there, because we all know how many amazing shops we have in downtown Fayetteville. So again, the very first thing you can do to start off your Martin Luther King Day or weekend celebrations is the Martin Luther King Jr. Parade. That's happening today, January 19th, downtown Fayetteville, starting at 12 noon. Now we're going to move on to the events happening on Monday, January 21st, which is the actual holiday given to Martin Luther King Jr. The very first thing I have is the Martin Luther King Jr. Day Community Act of Service Day. That's from 10:30 to 2 p.m. at Fayetteville Urban Ministries at 701 Whitefield Street. The Find a Friend program of Fayetteville Urban Ministries will be hosting a Community Act of Service Day on Martin Luther King Day at our Youth Enrichment Center. They'll be planting flowers of beauty around the center and cleaning up and beautifying Whitefield Street. So if you want to do a little bit of community service, this is the best way to do it, or the best place you can do it. Again, that's the Martin Luther King Jr. Day Community Act of Service Day, and that's 10:30 to 2 p.m. at Fayetteville Urban Ministries. Also happening on the 21st is PWC at Annual Martin Luther King Breakfast and Expo. That's happening at the Crown Complex, which is located at 1960 Coliseum Drive, from 7:30 to 11:30 a.m. PWC, your hometown utility, will be at the MLK Expo from 7:30 to 11:30 a.m. Stop by for some conservation tips and giveaways, such as a bunch their LED light bulbs, and they'll also be setting up during and after the prayer breakfast. And obviously, that means there is a prayer breakfast that is also happening at the Crown Coliseum from 7:30 to 11 a.m. on the 21st, and that's again located at 1960 Coliseum Drive. Now, we all know Martin Luther King Day means no school for the kiddies, which means most of the time to kill for the parents, or ways to try to keep them from being bored. And so the Roundabout Skating Centers is here to help you with that. They have their MLK Day Skate, and that's happening from 10:30 to 4 p.m. at both of their locations, the Utah Village location as well as the 71st location. You can join them for all-day skates from 10:30 to 4 p.m. for $9, which includes admission and a regular skate rental and lunch. So this is a great way for you to get the kids out of the house and busy. You get them to be active, they get a lunch with their admission, and then hopefully they'll be worn out enough for you to have a relaxing day for the rest of the day. Again, that's MLK Day Skate, 10:30 to 4 p.m. at Roundabout Skating Centers, both locations, Utah Village and 71st, from 10:30 to 4 p.m. and the cost again is only $9. Also happening for the kids on Martin Luther King Day, this is for kids ages 5 to 12. from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. How to Draw Cartoons mini camp. And this is happening at Kids Create Studio, 434 Westwood Shopping Center. And the kids can go out and get their create on. No school day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Kids have, this is to the kids, have you ever wished you were better at drawing cartoons? During this camp, they will teach them step-by-step techniques to help them draw super cool and cute cartoons. From cute cuddly puppy dogs to kooky cool characters, they do it all at this camp. You'll be impressed with how great your drawings turn out. Each child will receive their own How to Draw Cartoons book to take home. And they suggest that you pack a nut-free lunch because you want to be aware of anybody else attending that may have an allergy. A snack and a drink for your child is happening on Martin Luther King Day, 9 to 3 p.m. And you can see all the details, including costs for that, on their Facebook page under events. And that's Kids Create Studio, 434 Westwood Shopping Center. And again, that's for ages 5 to 12. So I can actually send all 3 of my kids there if I wanted to. And we could have a nice little way for them to get creative on Martin Luther King Day. The other thing we have happening on Martin Luther King Day would be the annual MLK program and breakfast at St. Luke AME Church, 522 Hillsborough Street. They say join us for our annual program in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. A scrumptious breakfast will be served immediately following a short program in the church fellowship hall. Tickets are $7 and available online on their Facebook page. That's St. Luke AME Church, 522 Hillsborough Street, and that is happening on the 21st. Now we're going to move forward to a little bit of what's happening in Fayetteville beyond Martin Luther King Day. We're going to do what's happening today, actually. We're going to start with that. I did mention these announcements last week for the Fayetteville Flash AAU travel basketball tryouts. They started last week. They are continuing this week, January 19th, today, as well as the 26th, which will be next weekend. And today's tryouts are for boys in 9th through 11th grade, and they're happening from 11:30 to 2:30 at Highland Presbyterian Church, 111 Highland Avenue in Fayetteville. And then on the 26th, tryouts will be for 5th grade boys, 9 to 10:30 a.m., and for 7th grade boys, 10:30 to noon. The cost to try out is $3. They suggest you bring athletic shoes and a parent or guardian, and of course, your basketball skills. The Fayetteville Flash is a local youth basketball team and part of the Junior NBA and AAU organization, and these tryouts are sponsored by Hertz. So if you want to get your kids on an amazing basketball team, I suggest you get them out to these tryouts. Now, a little something happening, like I said, beyond the 21st, on January 25th from 7:30 to 10:30 p.m., if you missed the first pop-up of Uptown's Chicken and Waffles, you have a second chance to enjoy these amazing dishes. They are having a pop-up from 7:30 to 10:30 p.m. Like I said, it is happening at 7105 Bragg Boulevard, and you get to enjoy her amazing chicken and waffle dishes. Like I said last week, or last time I announced it, I believe she had blueberry. They have sweet potato. The options are almost endless. Don't miss this one. Again, that's January 25th, 7:30 to 10:30 p.m. Uptown's Chicken and Waffles, 7105 Bragg Boulevard. Also happening on the 25th is this month's January's 4th Friday celebration. That's Cool Spring Downtown District's 4th Friday. It is actually happening Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's the 25th, the 26th, and the 27th. And it is called Cool Spring on Ice, people. You can be on Green Street, Fayetteville, and have your very own ice skating experience. If you're looking for something new to do on 4th Friday, this is it. Ice skating downtown Fayetteville. They are setting up a temporary ice skating rink on Green Street. Like I said, from the 25th to the 27th, pricing will be $7 per skater, and you get to skate a full 45 minutes. I don't know about you, but I don't even know if I could last a full 45 minutes, so that sounds like a great deal to me. The times for skating will be Friday the 25th from 12 noon to 10 p.m., Saturday the 26th from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Sunday the 27th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Spaces on the ice are limited, people, so they do suggest that you pre-register, and you can do that at Cool Spring on Ice. The event is on Facebook. If you look that up, there is a link there. You can also go directly to visit downtownfayetteville.com under events so that you can pre-register your space on the ice. Also happening downtown, just to help with the celebration of the Cool Spring on Ice ice skating, White Trash and Colorful Accessory Shop on 223 Franklin Street will be giving out free snowflake ornaments with any purchase to help you capture that skating memory. And again, that's happening the 25th and the 26th. She's doing that, and it's starting at 10 a.m. You can stop by either on your way to skate, on your way back from skating, and pick up your free snowflake ornament with a purchase at White Trash Accessories. And that's again at 223 Franklin Street. Also on January 25th and 26th from 5 to 8 p.m., Greg's Pottery at 122 Maxwell Street is having their big annual sale. I absolutely adore Greg's Pottery. I can always look to them for things to do with the kids and ways to stay creative. And on the 25th, they are having a pottery sale for all the pieces that have never gotten picked up. You know, sometimes it is very easy to forget that you have a piece at Greg's, unless you're like me, who looks forward to it completely. But they're selling those pieces, and other stuff that will be priced to sell includes stoneware pottery, abandoned Greg's clay classes, shot pottery samples, and everything they're trying to get rid of to clear out for the new year. Things will be as low as 25 cents. Bring your own canvas bag or box to carry your treasures and get a free Greg's Pottery t-shirt while supplies last. Again, that's happening January 25th and 26th from 5 to 8 p.m. And they are excited to see you there. And if you guys are watching live on Facebook, you just saw Wade Fowler make his way into the studio. Hey, Wade. Yeah, you did.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Thanks for listening to what's going on in Fayetteville. And it looks like somebody sent us something online there.
Yes. We have a few people watching. My mom-in-law is watching. She says good morning. And then we have Shahara Pearson is watching. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are so excited. Shahara, I will message you later today. She has sent a few messages to us as well. But we are so excited for you watching today. And we were talking about everything that's happening here in Fayetteville for Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah, I was listening to you on the radio. What a great radio voice.
No, not me. That's you. I have like the imitation radio voice. I'm trying though. I'm like radio voice in training.
Well, let me tell you what. I'm going to tell you what's going on real quick. Just a little added thing. I'm sorry. It's a shameless plug for my restaurant, Fowler's at 723 West Rowan Street. We have 2 new sandwiches on the menu.
I think.
Well, actually, we have 3 since that I haven't talked about. First one is called the Southern Club.
Okay.
And it's a brioche bun stamped with a pig brand on top of it, with pulled pork, topped with collard greens
and mac and cheese.
That's
the one I'm trying to get to try. Okay.
And then the other is the kakalaki.
Okay, who came up with that name?
Was it you? No.
Oh, okay, I'm surprised. Okay.
No, but it is fried.
Kakalaki.
It's a fried chicken sandwich. It's believe it or not, we have something not smoked. Fried chicken sandwich with lettuce, tomato, and onion, and then it's got a slab of Ashe County, North Carolina hoop cheddar cheese on top of it, and you get your choice of honey mustard sauce, which is made using Lusty Monk mustard, which is a whole grain mustard from Asheville, North Carolina.
Keep it local.
And then an option for peri peri sauce, which is kind of a roasted red pepper sauce with some African bird pepper in it. It gives it just a little spicy. It's not very spicy. Or our barbecue sauce. And
I love the barbecue.
The third one is our version of the BLT.
What's your twist to it? Because I know
it's a fried green tomato.
Okay.
Topped with pork belly. And topped with greens and a lemon garlic aioli, and it has a little bit of pimento cheese in there with it, homemade pimento cheese.
So that's it, guys. You have heard it here first. 3 new sandwiches at Fowler's Southern Gourmet that you do not want to miss out on trying. I'm trying to get to that brioche with the mac and cheese and the collard greens because it sounds amazing.
It's really, really good.
The kakalaki, I'm just in love with the.
And it's actually that, by the way, the chicken is a boneless skin on. Usually see boneless, you see skin off, but it's a boneless skin on chicken thigh from Joyce Farms up here, just between. I think it's between Chapel Hill and Winston-Salem, somewhere there's where their farm is, and they are a farm to table. It's genuinely chickens raised the way they used to be. And their boxes, when we get their boxes of their chicken, and it says "Welcome back to flavor." I tried them up in at a food show in Winston-Salem, and I'm thinking, okay, chicken's chicken, and I tasted their chicken, I went, wow,
it's not just any chicken.
That's chicken. It's really got great flavor.
Speaking of food shows, I almost forgot to mention Triangle Restaurant Week is starting on January 21st. It's going through January 27th, And this is a tour of so many different amazing and delicious and yummy restaurants throughout the Triangle. That's Durham, Chapel Hill, and Raleigh. I have details on my site under events. I also have a few posts shared on TheMrsTee on Facebook. Go check that out. If you are a foodie at heart and you want to try a bunch of different types of restaurants and have an amazing experience on top of that, then the Triangle Restaurant Week is something you do not want to miss.
Oh, and by the way, speaking of that, doesn't Ashanti have a thing going on this afternoon?
Yes, the Uptown.
Did you mention that?
No.
Yeah, I think they're doing it over at the Fayetteville Pie Company. I think it's this afternoon.
Yes, she is. It's for creatives. I know that.
It's about food as art type thing.
Yes, food is art, and the owner of Fayetteville Pie Company is going to be presenting.
Yeah, Leslie Pearson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm pulling up details. So talk, Wade, talk.
Talk,
Wade.
Well, in that case, I'll tell you a true story.
Okay, what is it?
This guy was driving down the road heading out of town.
Is this really a true story?
Yeah, it's a true story. And he looked over to his left, and there was a chicken running alongside the road next to him. And he was only in the 35 zone, so he got to 45 zone and went to 45, and the chicken was keeping up with him. And then he got to the 55 zone, and the chicken was still keeping up with him. So he decided to punch it, and the chicken hit it in high gear, man. Ran out and then turned down this little dirt road, left up a trail of dust, and he drove down the dirt road after it. Finally got there, and there's a little farm there, and there's a little farmer there.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Excuse me, sir, don't want to. I don't want to sound like I'm, crazy or anything. But did you happen to see a chicken come just really zipping by here, running real fast?" He said, "Yeah, sure did." I said, "That chicken looked like it had 3 legs." I said, "Yep, it did." He said, "Well, you seen that before?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I raised them." He said, "You raised them?" I said, "Well, why you raise 3-legged chickens?" He said, "Well, me and my wife, we loves chicken, and we raised the chickens, and then we had Junior, and Junior." He liked chicken too, but everybody's favorite portion was the leg, the drumstick. So I started breeding the chickens and finally got one to grow with 3 legs. The guy said, "Wow, that's cool." He said, "But sometimes when you mess with genetics like that, it affects the flavor." I said, "Do they still taste the same?" I said, "Don't rightly know. Haven't been able to catch one yet."
That's a true story.
Yeah, dad joke time. Sorry.
That's a true story.
Dad joke.
He got me again. Tell me it was a true story. But what Wade was talking about, Ashanti Bennett is hosting an event through Cumberland Makers and Creatives, and it's called the Creative Process Series. So apparently, I'm hoping that means there's more to come, because I don't know if I can make it today, but it's called Gastro Geeks. It's going to be at Fayetteville Pie Company, and they're talking about, is food art, and how does cuisine become a craft? So led by the pie lady herself, Leslie Pearson, this is what they're going to be chatting about. It is happening today from 1 to 2:30 p.m. at Fayetteville Pie Company, which is at 253 Westwood Shopping Center.
Yeah, they're on the back side of the shopping center, right next to where Defy Gravity is.
Yes. And so if you want to have a great meal, because Fayetteville Pie Company has savory, sweet, anything you could think of in the form of a pie, they have it, and it's delicious. And if you want to learn a bit about how food can become art, then this is where you need to be today. And that's, again, from 1 to 2:30 p.m.
Yeah, they posted a picture of a cake with a dog trying to climb up on the cake, and the dog was cake also.
I saw that, but I thought the dog was real.
No, the dog was a cake also. It was cake. That's what they're saying about cake.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, that's amazing.
And food is art. And about crafting, I can tell you, now having been in the business for a while, there is a difference when we look at how things. Matter of fact, you can look at our post about the pigs that provide the pork that we use. Mm-hmm. We've got that on Facebook. Fowler Southern Gourmet. We use Cheshire pigs from Ivy Brothers Farm up in Goldsboro, Heritage Farms. And when you look and see what goes into it and how they do it, and you look at the feed that they get, when you get a prescribed diet, that makes you come, get the way to. And interesting thing about this firm, before they haven't always been selling their hogs here in the North Carolina area and around the states. They were actually exporting them to Japan. Okay. In Japan, they're very particular about their food. Mm-hmm. And about 80% of the pork eaten in Japan comes from this farm.
Wow. I think the thing I love about Fowler's is that you keep all your food and your resources pretty much local.
Yeah, we try to do it as, as close to home as we can. Mm-hmm. Some stuff we can't get very close by. But I'll tell you, there is one I'm looking at for us to bring. If we start, we're looking at possibly doing some dinner time stuff, which will be a high end dinner type thing. And one of the things we're looking at is a brand of beef called Revere, and it's not local. It's actually raised up in northern Minnesota.
Okay.
And they get all their feed for their beef from within about 100 miles of where they are, and they feed them exactly the same diet every day, and it's been scientifically looked at and blended and everything so that they get a right amount of marbling. Which, if you don't know what marbling is, that's a little bit of fat streaks in the meat, and that helps keep it moist and tender. And the guy, when I was talking to him, we tasted, and they were cooking a New York strip just on a griddle, because it was in a big convention hall. And he had me taste it, and I went, "Whoa!" Not only the taste, that was the tenderest New York strip I've ever tasted. It was almost like a filet mignon with tenderness. But he said that they're northern black Angus beef that they have up there, and because it gets so cold up there in the winter, the fat has to drive deeper into the muscles to keep it warm, because the fat's also what insulates and keeps you warm.
So you get more marble.
And what he said was, I'll tell you this though. He says, if you eat one of our steaks and you love it, you'll love every one, because they're going to be exactly the same. He said, but if you don't like it, you're not going to like the next one either.
Because they're exactly the same.
But it was genuinely good stuff. And, by virtue of having a restaurant, I got to go to this massive food show with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of vendors with all different stuff. And you'd just be amazed at what's being grown in North Carolina. There's a lot of cheese producers now in North Carolina. Of course, the hog farm that we go to, Joyce Farms that I was telling you about, the chicken, that are really craft oriented. I mean,
it's not just mass production, get it put out there on the shelf. They care about their quality and how they do it. Yeah, well, for example, just raising pigs, I found out that what you have to do is you have to let them basically grow at their own rate. You can't force them up to go, which is what a lot of modern pork does. They feed them a lot of steroids and stuff, and so they get them to build a lot of muscle mass real fast, get them big fast so they can process them, turn the next one, so that you can keep selling bigger and more pigs real quickly to make more profit. But there are a lot of craft growers out there now that take their time,
and you can really tell the difference in the flavor. Because we actually cooked for somebody for wholesale to them that they were going to use in a catering job. We cooked it for them, and we used the steroid grown pork versus that, and we were cooking them side by side because we had to cook ours too. The difference in the color was amazing. Ours came out nice and pink and moist, and theirs came out kind of gray and a little bit dry. And it just it makes a difference when you're using quality.
Quality definitely matters, and I think that's one of the things that we forget about North Carolina. But it looks like Tammy has come in.
It's time for a break.
You guys
I hope she laughed at my joke. She missed it. She missed it.
No! He psyched me out and told me it was a true story, and it wasn't. So, yeah, there's that. But we'll be right back
Kelly.
after this break.
Thank you both.
Hey, Kelly.
No.
Good morning, Mama Jones.
He had to tell her when I was answering.
Good morning, everybody, and thanks so much for watching.
Well, for everybody, the reason I was late was I've been hurting from my back, and I didn't sleep real well last night. And I woke up. I didn't wake up till about 8, and then I was sitting there thinking about getting ready to go to the restaurant, and all of a sudden my phone went. Oh gosh, it's Saturday radio show.
Oh,
I had like 3 of those days this week.
Don't tell me.
Where I woke up and I wasn't sure what day it was, and I was like, I feel like I need to be somewhere. I'm not.
That was quick.
We're not doing UPS, right? Just
no. Yeah. You didn't have anything else to slide in there to give bonus to anybody? Well, what do we?
That eats up on your
Hey, what should we be talking about out there, folks watching?
Call in, guys. Good morning.
Boss man, boss lady.
When?
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to What's Going On Fayetteville with the late arriving Wade Fowler and his wonderful co-host who didn't chew his head off over the phone when he said he was going to be here a little bit late.
Nope, I just said okay. I complained to Tammy though. I complained to Tammy. I said I really don't like doing the intro. I always feel like
she did so well.
Didn't she do great, folks? And of course,
did.
We're talking about Tiffany Haywood, the fabulous TheMrsTee on her blog.
Yeah.
So we covered most of the stuff that's going on. I want to talk a little bit about that ice thing.
The ice skating happening next week.
Yeah, the ice skating that's happening. It's going to be interesting because it's a synthetic surface.
Yes, but you
It's
can
not
skate with
ice.
normal
Yeah, you skate
skates.
just like
What?
Well, I mean,
Mhm.
Liberty University has a synthetic snow mountain. They built snow runs using this synthetic stuff, so you can go on it year round. Apparently,
Wow.
and it still acts just like
Regular snow.
snow.
I am hoping it's a little chilly though, because like
It's not a
yeah,
fish.
I
Ice,
don't-
ice skating,
yeah,
ice skating
it doesn't
in
feel
shorts
official
and
at this
t-shirt.
moment. Yeah, that doesn't feel right. Or tank top and jeans. It just doesn't
Somebody
feel
gonna
right. So
show
I
up
am
at
hoping
a time.
that
I'm
we
thinking
get a
about
bit of
going
a
online
chill.
and buying your ticket for you.
Why? Okay, so everybody, Jenny Bell last week was saying like, oh, I know Mrs. T is gonna live stream or live record from the ice skating rink, but Mrs. T is not planning on getting on that ice. Cause Mrs.
Well, it's
T,
not ice, so it'll probably be softer.
regardless, Mrs. T barely keeps her balance on like hard sidewalk. Ready? Have you talked about the? Yes, I will bring that up, Kelly. I will. But Mrs. T barely keeps her balance on I think, okay, so if you guys don't know, I have 6 kids total, 4 kids biological. And I think with each kid, I lost a bit of balance.
Uh-huh.
So like heels, anything that requires me to stay extra steady that's not flat on flat surface, it's not a good look for me.
Just wait a minute. You said 6 kids, 4 biological. Are the other 2 botanical?
Oh my gosh. No, they're not botanical. They're by love. Like, they're by marriage. They're
Okay.
my stepkids.
Okay, well, I'm just,
Botanical.
you know.
Botanical. No, biological. Like that I actually had. But with each kid that I had, I lost some balance. So ice skates. Now, roller skates I can probably handle because it's 4 wheels and it's balanced. But ice skates, that's like a thin blade right
Kelly
there.
said she'd be glad to film you on the ice.
No, Kelly, you will not. Y'all can film me on the side.
I think seeing Jenny on the ice would be good.
Yes.
She had such a good experience at the.
Oh, wait,
Marksman.
did you see where she went to? Yes, she said she fell. I'm so sorry, Jenny Bell. I don't know what happened or how she fell. She didn't really go into details. She just said she kind of went down.
I got an issue where you try to shuffle along on your feet on the ice. It's not easy.
So she said she didn't even have skates on.
Yeah,
so
that makes it harder. You
that's
had
probably
skates.
worse.
Ice skating is not that hard.
I don't know. I don't do well with balance, so that's probably my whole issue. But Kelly Artist is watching with us today, and she just reminded me of a couple of events that we should mention. They aren't coming up this week necessarily, but they are something that we're super proud of to have here in Fayetteville. But
and you need to get it. I mean, sometimes people need a little bit more than a week.
yeah, sometimes you need a
advance
little bit
notice.
more time to get prepped and to know what it is you want to do. This way you can mark your calendars and know that, hey, this awesome event is coming up and I definitely want to be there. Hi, Miss Bertha Brown. How are you? I have friends and family watching us today. Thank you so much for your support. I definitely appreciate it all in all ways.
None of my family's watching.
Your family is out there cooking those kakalaka sandwiches and making sure we all have something great to eat today. So they get a pass as far as I'm concerned. You don't think they get a pass since they're cooking for us?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so the first thing that Kelly Artist wanted me to mention is the fact that we, Fayetteville, the city that people try to say there's nothing happening in, we are getting our very own Andy Warhol exhibit.
Which hall is it going to be in? The War Hall or in the Peace
I
Hall?
knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. No, it's Andy Warhol. And I'm reading this from Go Fayetteville, which is run by our friend Jenny Bell. And she says Andy Warhol made appearances on SNL, The Love Boat. He produced shows for MTV. He modeled in fashion shows. He was eccentric, but he had an incredible body of work. And that work is headed right here to Fayetteville in the Gallery Goes Pop Warhol exhibit, which is going to be here February 7th at David McCune International Art Gallery, which is on the Methodist University campus. It's going to be here from February 7th all the way through April 12th. And you know how Andy Warhol's pitch art is. It's very colorful, very bright. And the awesome part is we as Fayetteville bloggers, because the CVB always gives us these amazing opportunities to get a chance to see stuff and to share the information with you guys and to give our perspective, we actually get to get a sneak peek of that exhibit on the 2nd, I believe it is, Kelly. So we're getting ready to go and we're going to see, and they already told us, like, don't dress casual. They told us to be very super colorful. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to wear because, you know, that's the first thing a girl thinks about is what she wants to wear.
Orange and green with a splash of pink.
The pink always has to be the
That would be colorful.
top. Yeah, that's very colorful, Wade. That's very colorful. That would be colorful for anybody, even if you're colorblind.
Well,
That would
if
be
you
colorful.
wore orange pants and a green top, you could go as a carrot.
Yes, I could go as a carrot.
No.
No. But we get a sneak peek at this. And if you want to follow along, follow the hashtags, hashtag Warhol, hashtag 910arts, hashtag GoFay. Also follow hashtag TheMrsTee. Follow all of your favorite Fayetteville bloggers on February 2nd because we're going to be sharing throughout the day. And you guys can see what we see, and then you can also get a glimpse at why you need to attend and go see this exhibit for yourself. Again, it's going to be open from February 7th through April 12th at the David McCune International Art Gallery, which is located on Methodist University campus. Also that day, though, on February 2nd, when we're doing our sneak peeks, we're going to actually get a chance to go that evening and see the Cape Fear Regional Theater production of Annie.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna come. Stop being a hogger and be a blogger.
You should. Being a blogger is rather awesome, I must say. But we get to see that play. If you check out my Facebook page, I gave a glimpse of some of their rehearsals. They have 2 casts. So you may go one night and see one cast, and you may go another night and see a different cast. So there's 2 Annies. There are 2 Daddy Warbucks. And they're all amazing. They're all outrageously talented, and this is going to be a production you really do not want to miss. And also at Cape Fear Regional Theater, we're going to start trying to push out and let you guys know, like, I think I found out when we attended the best Christmas pageant ever, how they have the summer camps for children, where they actually get to have a camp with all the cast. They get taught a play, and then they get to perform it. And my daughter is really stoked. She wants to do it this summer. And you guys can find out more information on the kids' summer camp for acting. That's at cfrt.org. So you can find that information out. Is Tammy here telling me there's another break?
That's the show.
Oh, that's the show. Oh my goodness!
Well, I just want to before we leave the show, I just want to say I had 2 casts too. I had one on my leg and one on my arm.
That's not the kind of.
Oh, that's not the kind of cast you're talking about. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, we want to thank our sponsor who lets me come on and do dad jokes. The wonderful folks at Home Security Systems, your hometown security experts. By the way, who provide the security for my restaurant, Fowler Southern Gourmet, at 723 West Rowan Street. And we want to thank WIDU for letting us have this program.
Yes,
and thank everybody that listens in and those that watch and put up with having to see my face. So anyway, it's been a great time. Talk to you next week about what's going on in Fayetteville right here on the We Do Radio Network.
Bye, guys.
Thank you both. So fit.
He said I had a cat. Oh my goodness. Thanks for watching, lovies. And thanks, Kelly, for reminding me to mention that. Thanks for watching. I want to say Aunt Helen, but Bishop Taylor. Thanks, Bertha. Thank you all. Tune in. Keep an eye on the Facebook page because I post a lot of this information there in case you missed anything here. But of course, this video will be here so you can rewatch. And also, don't forget to check out the blog because I list a lot of events there too. TheMrsTee.com. See you guys soon. Well, actually, see you next week. Smooches.